Hey, wait, hold on a second and listen. Somewhere in this video, someone is guilty, and they think they've already gotten away with it. But not today, because you're about to become the detective who catches them. We've got 15 tricky cases waiting for you, but here's the twist. You'll only get 10 seconds per case to spot it. But before we dive in, hit subscribe so you don't miss a single case. Let's crack case number 1. Mystery 1. A valuable painting disappeared from a private art gallery overnight. Only 3 regular visitors had access to the back gallery room the previous evening. The owner gathered A, B, and C the next morning to sort out what happened. Nothing about the room was disturbed except for one small detail. Look closely and figure out who took the painting. Look carefully at the sleeves. Most viewers scan the faces first, but the truth is sitting quietly on the fabric. A faint smear of deep red paint, matching the pigment along the missing painting's frame, sits on the inside cuff of A's sleeve. That's enough to identify A. Mystery 2. A university museum reported a rare fossil case unlocked with nothing missing, except a small ancient coin from a nearby display. 3 visiting researchers had signed in for early access that morning. The curator questioned A, B, and C before the museum opened to the public. One faint mark near the case tells the real story. Figure out who took the coin. Here's what almost everyone overlooks. A clean, coin-shaped gap sits in the fine dust layer across the display shelf, and matching dust clings to the fingertips of B's right hand. Only B could have lifted that coin from that exact spot. Mystery 3. A diamond ring vanished from a jewelry store display case, even though the glass itself was never broken. 3 longtime customers had been browsing near the counter that afternoon. The store manager brought A, B, and C into the back office for questioning. One tiny reflection nearby holds the answer. Figure out who took the ring. Most people miss this completely. A small security mirror mounted above the counter catches the faint reflection of a ring slipped onto C's finger beneath their glove. That reflection alone is enough to identify C. Mystery 4. A traveler's passport disappeared from an airport check-in counter during the morning rush. 3 passengers had been standing closest to the counter when it went missing. Airport security pulled A, B, and C aside near the gate for questioning. One small mark left behind gives the truth away. Figure out who took the passport. The evidence points to only one suspect. A fresh smudge of blue entry stamp ink sits on the side of A's hand, matching the still open stamp pad on the counter. That single detail exposes A. Mystery 5. A rare first edition book disappeared from a library's private reading room. 3 regular visitors had signed in for study time that same afternoon. The head librarian called A, B, and C back before closing to sort things out. A tiny thread left on a shelf reveals more than anyone expected. Figure out who took the book. That tiny mistake changes everything. A small torn thread caught on the edge of the bookshelf matches the exact fabric of B's sweater sleeve, right where a matching tear sits near the elbow. This is where B accidentally revealed the truth. Mystery 6. A gold watch disappeared from a restaurant's coat check counter during a crowded dinner service. 3 guests had picked up their coats around the same time that evening. The restaurant manager asked A, B, and C to wait by the entrance. One small detail near the counter reveals the truth. Figure out who took the watch. Don't rush past this one. A thin streak of candle wax from the dinner table centerpiece is smeared along the edge of C's coat sleeve, matching the exact candles lit at the booth closest to the coat check. That's enough to identify C. Mystery 7. A laptop disappeared from a coffee shop table while its owner stepped away briefly to refill their drink. 3 other customers were seated at nearby tables at the time. The shop manager asked A, B, and C to stay behind for a moment. One small mark on a nearby surface tells the whole story. Figure out who took the laptop. Keep your eyes on the small details, not the faces. A clear fingerprint smudge on the edge of the empty table matches the exact print pattern left on A's coffee cup sitting nearby. Only A could have left that mark. Mystery 8. A bouquet shop's rarest flower arrangement was ruined, and along with it, a small gold necklace disappeared from the counter display. 3 customers had been browsing the shop that morning. The shop owner asked A, B, and C to wait before leaving. One small green clue reveals more than expected. Figure out who took the necklace. The smallest detail tells the whole story. A few fresh leaf fragments, matching the rare orchid display positioned right beside the necklace counter, are caught in the fabric of B's sleeve. That tiny clue gives B away. Mystery 9. A bank customer's wallet disappeared from an unattended teller station during a busy afternoon. 3 customers had been standing closest to that station at the time. Bank security asked A, B, and C to wait in the manager's office. One small detail on their clothing reveals who is responsible. Figure out who took the wallet. Most viewers focus on the wrong suspect first, but a single button is missing from A's coat sleeve, and that exact button turns up wedged inside the teller drawer where the wallet had been sitting. The evidence clearly points to A. Mystery 10. A guest's luxury watch disappeared from a hotel room while housekeeping was in progress down the hall. Only 3 staff members had keycard access to that floor that day. The hotel manager brought A, B, and C in for questioning. One small detail on their uniform reveals exactly who took it. Figure out who is responsible. One tiny detail changes everything here. Fresh water droplets sit on B's sleeve cuff, in exactly the spot where the room's decorative fountain would have splashed during the theft. That's enough to identify B. Mystery 11. A beachside vendor's expensive camera disappeared from a rented cabana while the owner was swimming nearby. 3 sunbathers had been resting close to the cabana at the time. Beach security asked A, B, and C to stay by the lifeguard tower. One small mark on the sand tells the story. Figure out who took the camera. The answer was hiding in plain sight. A patch of wet sand and fine mud clings to the bottom of C's sandal, matching the muddy tide pool located just behind the cabana. Only C could have left those tracks. Mystery 12. A briefcase disappeared from a park bench while its owner stepped away to feed the ducks nearby. 3 visitors were walking through that section of the park at the time. Park security asked A, B, and C to stop before leaving. A tiny yellow mark reveals exactly who took it. Figure out who is responsible. Focus on the smallest detail, not the faces. A fine layer of bright yellow pollen dusts A's sleeve and hands, matching the rare flower bed planted directly behind the bench. That single detail exposes A. Mystery 13. A zoo's gift shop reported a small gold medal missing from a trophy display near the otter enclosure. 3 staff members had access to that hallway earlier in the day. The zoo director gathered A, B, and C for questioning after closing. A faint trail on the floor reveals more than expected. Figure out who took the medal. This one's tricky, but the floor gives it away. A trail of faint, wet footprints leads straight from the otter enclosure to the trophy case, matching the tread pattern on the bottom of B's boots exactly. That tiny clue gives B away. Mystery 14. An aquarium's rare golden statue, a display piece near the shark tank, went missing overnight. 3 volunteer guides had late access to that wing the evening before. The aquarium director questioned A, B, and C the next morning. One small scratch near the display tells the truth. Figure out who took the statue. After building up all the details, the answer comes down to one small scratch. A fresh mark runs across the display pedestal, matching the exact shape of the metal ring C wears on their right hand. This is where C accidentally revealed the truth. Mystery 15. A bakery's cash envelope disappeared from behind the counter during the morning rush. 3 regular customers were standing near the register at the time. The baker asked A, B, and C to stay behind afterward. One small mark on their hands reveals the truth. Figure out who took the envelope. Sometimes the smallest smear says it all. A faint smear of butter grease marks the corner of the missing envelope, and the same grease shows up on A's fingertips, exactly where someone would grip it while reaching behind the counter. Only A could have left that mark. So how many did you solve before the reveal? Drop your score in the comments, and if you enjoyed cracking these cases, subscribe for a brand new mystery next week. See you in the next one, detectives.